How much did it cost to become a medieval knight? Have you ever wondered what it took to become a knight in medieval Europe? The journey to knighthood was not only a matter of honor but also a significant financial commitment. Let's break down the costs involved in this fascinating process. The path to becoming a knight typically began in childhood, around the ages of 7 to 10. At this young age, a boy would become a page in a noble household. This stage involved learning essential skills like horse care and etiquette. The costs during this phase were minimal for the boy's family, as he was serving a lord. As he grew older, usually between the ages of 14 and 18 or 21, he would advance to the role of squire. This was a crucial time for training, where he assisted a knight and underwent rigorous physical and combat training. However, this phase required access to armor and weapons, which were quite expensive. Now let's talk about the significant expenses. A warhorse was essential for any knight and could cost a small fortune. The price of a full suit of armor was also high, especially if it was custom-made. This armor included helmets, chainmail or plate armor, and shields. On top of that, weapons like swords, lances, and daggers added to the overall cost. Maintaining this equipment and the horse also required ongoing expenditures. In the feudal system of medieval Europe, knights were often granted land, known as fiefs, by a lord in exchange for military service. This arrangement helped offset some of the costs, but the initial investment was still substantial. Becoming a knight was generally limited to the nobility or wealthy families due to these high costs. Some knights received support from their lords, who provided lodging, food, armor, weapons, horses, and money, especially in return for military service. By the later medieval period, the financial burden of knighthood became so great that some men chose to decline the honor. The expenses of maintaining a knightly lifestyle often exceeded the income generated from their lands or peasants. This financial pressure contributed to fewer knights on the battlefield, as wealthier men at arms or mercenaries sometimes took their place. While there is no exact price for becoming a knight, historical records from medieval England indicate that the fees paid for knights' services could be very high. In some years during the 12th to 14th centuries, these fees amounted to thousands of pounds sterling. When adjusted for modern inflation, this would equal millions of pounds today, showcasing the economic weight of knighthood. In summary, the cost to become a medieval knight included years of training starting in childhood, the acquisition and maintenance of expensive warhorses, custom-made armor and weapons, and a lifestyle that demanded financial means to support status and responsibilities. Because of these factors, knighthood was mostly accessible to the noble class or those with wealthy patrons.